Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, you guys? This is Joseph Conlon, come to you with your AEW Dynamite review on Wednesday, February 26th, 2020, the go-home show before AEW A Revolution on Saturday night. Man, if you are not excited for Revolution on Saturday night, there is seriously something freaking wrong with you, man. There is seriously something wrong with you. You might have to get yourself checked out, because these past 4 weeks for AEW have been unbelievable. That's what I could say, really. It's been unbelievable. It's been a great ride. And now we are at the finish line. We are at the finish line, and we're here. We're here. We had a go-home show tonight from Kansas City, which the crowd was on fire the entire night, especially during the last segment. We'll talk about that. And it was an amazing show. Tonight was an awesome show. And, the hype is real for AEW Revolution. I feel like lots of great things are going to happen on Saturday night. And it cannot get here any quicker. I know that you'll have people bitching and moaning. I saw one guy saying, the show's headlined by two ex-WWE superstars, and it's headlined, and the other one is Stardust versus a ripoff of The Miz. Dude, if you're gonna say that, then don't even watch the show, okay? Just don't even watch the show. Don't even bother talking about it. Seriously, you have no business. Man, I'm excited to be a fan of All Elite Wrestling right now, and the things they are doing. It's unbelievable. Before we dive into the review, make sure you guys go check out my WWE Super Letdown predictions from yesterday. We go over the card. Apparently there were 3 matches added to the card tomorrow. Yes, 3 matches. We got Dolph Ziggler versus Mansoor. Typical Mansoor match in Saudi Arabia. Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo again, which is probably going to be a 50-50 booking, so I definitely see Humberto getting his win back. And we have the OC versus the Viking Raiders for the 600th time. Who cares? Tomorrow's show is going to be garbage. And, we'll talk about... I'm not worried about that now. I'll worry about that tomorrow when I get home from school. We'll talk about it here on Sunday on the channel. Let's just talk about AEW Dynamite right now, man. Let's talk about 30-minute Iron Man match. You had PAC and Kenny Omega. This was a masterpiece put on by PAC and Kenny Omega. Probably one of the best matches you'll see on AEW Dynamite television the entire year. Yes, we say that consecutive weeks. We said that last week about the tag team match with the Lucha Brothers, Omega and Hangman. But then this week, the stuff that Omega and PAC did in the 30 minutes, that the in-ring work they have together is just unreal. And the story they told was excellent as well. They told a great story with neither guy giving up, neither guy... they both kicked out at 2 for the first 14 minutes. Then PAC was frustrated. So PAC went to go grab something. He went around one side of the ring. He went around the other side of the ring. And he got to the ramp near the entranceway. And he grabbed a chair and he hit it on Kenny Omega's head. Calls the DQ, gets Omega back in the ring, has the chair, hits Omega in the head with it, sets up. That's a DQ. So Omega gets a point, and then PAC hits the Black Arrow, and PAC gets a pinfall. That was excellent, and I don't have a problem with the disqualification because it makes sense for PAC to do that since he's the bastard and he's a heel. And it was going to set up for him getting a pinfall in the next 30 seconds. So we got 1-1, and they're going at it, and they're kicking out of everything. Omega kicked out of a Black Arrow, kicked out of a Poison Rana. PAC kicked out of several V-triggers, power bombs, destroyers. This match offered everything. Then basically for the last minute, PAC put in the brutalizer on Kenny Omega, and Omega did not tap out for 1 minute. So the crowd booed. Before I didn't even mention the table spot, man. I'm all over the place. There's a table spot where the referee got taken out by PAC. The Young Bucks were trying to help. PAC got them out of the way. PAC set up a table, put Kenny Omega on it. He hit the Black Arrow on Omega through a table. That was nice. But then when we got the draw, the crowd started to boo. PAC was pissed. He kicked referee Paul Turner out of the ring. In comes Justin Roberts saying, "I've just been informed that this match will go into overtime," which I really liked because no sports games end in a tie. That is absolutely ridiculous, unless it's the NFL and you go into overtime, then you tie. This made it feel like a real sport. It just made real sports. Like, it felt like a real sports statistic match, I guess you could call it, which I really love. I really love that. And then in comes referee Aubrey Edwards, gets her own name chanted. She's over as a referee. That's 2020 for you. And then Omega hits a Poison Rana, I believe, on PAC. PAC kicks out. Omega, not one, but 2 V-triggers. 1 Winged Angel. 1, 2, 3. Kenny Omega wins the Iron Man match. This match was absolutely insane. It was insane. It was everything you could have asked for in a 30-minute Iron Man match. And again, it will go down as one of the greatest matches. One of the best matches that you've seen on AEW Dynamite television this year. I guarantee you. I'm probably going to go back and watch this match from now until Saturday for Revolution. Fantastic stuff from Kenny Omega and PAC. Next up, we had Santana and Ortiz teaming up with Sammy Guevara to face the Jurassic Express. This was a great 6-man tag. Jurassic Express. Those guys are so over. I love those guys. They got some really cool tag team maneuvers together with Marco Stunt involved in there. They all go to the turnbuckle and give, I believe it was Ortiz, a super kick, which was nice. Luchasaurus is an absolute star, man. If I could definitely see him going in a singles run in the future, because the guy has it. He's not bad on the microphone. I've heard him talk before. He's not bad. He's got charisma, and he's awesome in the ring. I love watching Luchasaurus. Same goes for Jungle Boy too. He's got it, and he can definitely have a singles run if they want to. But I really like that the AEW are putting Jurassic Express in these high-profile matches. Because, in 2019, they were losing every single match, not looking great, looking like one of the worst tag teams in the division. But then 2020, it's been a great year for the Jurassic Express so far, as they've beaten the Best Friends. They beat Best Friends. Jungle Boy had a really good match with MJF, and they beat the Inner Circle. And they're only getting better in 2020, and I feel like they're going to have a great year. Toward the end, Sammy Guevara gets the sock with the baseballs inside of them. Darby Allin comes from under the ring, takes the sock away from Sammy Guevara. Jungle Boy rolls up Sammy Guevara. 1, 2, 3. Jurassic Express get the victory, which, I'm not going to disagree on. I'm not going to disagree with that. But I do disagree with Sammy Guevara taking the pin right here because, Sammy G is in a really big match on Saturday night against Darby Allin. And you don't want to have him go into the match taking a pinfall. I don't think that was the right decision. Santana and Ortiz aren't even in a match on Saturday night, so I don't know what the problem is with Santana or Ortiz taking a pinfall in this match and having Sammy take the pin. That really, I don't really like that at all. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Best Friends versus The Butcher and The Blade. This was a good tag team match for what it was. Nice action. Trent, very underrated, man. I'm talking about tag team wrestlers who could be in singles runs. Man, if they want to give Trent a singles run too, I would not mind that. He's pretty damn good, man. We've seen him in great singles matches before. His recent one against Jon Moxley, which was freaking great. But, it wasn't really about the match. It was about the stuff that happened between Allie and Orange Cassidy. So, Best Friends, they take out Butcher and The Blade. In come Allie and Orange Cassidy. The intense face-off. The crowd is on their feet for this. Yes, the crowd is on their feet for a face-off between Allie the Bunny and Orange Cassidy. And this had me cracking up, man. I swear to God. So Orange Cassidy, he raises his hands in the air. He's going to put his hands in his pockets. Allie stops him and smacks his hands away. And then Allie goes for the low blow. And Orange catches Allie's leg, puts it on the ground, and then Allie goes for the sunglasses. She takes Orange Cassidy's sunglasses, puts it on her eyes, and the crowd starts booing. So then what does Orange Cassidy do after this? Well, I'll tell you what Orange Cassidy does. Orange Cassidy takes the bunny ears of Allie and puts it on his head. And then he raises his hands and he puts his hands in his pockets. And the crowd is going unbelievable for this. They are marking out that Orange Cassidy just put bunny ears on his head. I'm cracking up about talking about it, man. This man, Orange Cassidy, I don't know how you don't like this guy. The man is so over. It's unbelievable. He doesn't even say a word as well. Oh my God. I'm cracking up over this. Oh man. I'm cracking up. And then the blade comes in. He almost takes out Allie. Allie gets out of the ring. Um, Orange Cassidy gives the Butcher a suicide dive. The best friends hit their tag team combo on the blade, and they get the victory. This was a really good tag team match with a fantastic ending that had me cracking up. And then Tony Schiavone, he comes in the ring, and he says he's just been informed that from what happened earlier tonight at AEW Revolution, it's going to be PAC going one-on-one with Orange Cassidy. And then Chuck Taylor gets on the microphone, and he says what Tony Schiavone says, what's Orange Cassidy going to do at AEW Revolution? And he said, well, he's going to try. This time he's going to try. So it had me cracking up as well. And it said when Orange Cassidy gets in the ring, you don't want to mess with Orange Cassidy. So there you have it, folks. We have PAC versus Orange Cassidy. Saturday night at AEW Revolution. I'm really excited for that match, man. I've seen a few Orange Cassidy matches in the Indies. He's looking pretty damn good, man. He's a really good wrestler, and I think he's going to have a great match with PAC. I can't wait to see it. I'm cracking up over Orange Cassidy right now. I can't believe it. We got a nice video package with Cody and MJF. I'm sure they'll show that on the Revolution Countdown, which I'll probably watch Saturday. And as a promo package as well. Fatal 4-way action. Yuka Sakazaki versus Big Swole versus Shana versus Hikaru Shida. I mean, this was decent. I really had a tough time paying attention to this match. So, I was making my dessert. I was on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, I lost my account somehow today. I don't know how. I think what happened was, what happened was I clicked the app and it went to a white screen and it said this account does not exist. So then I turned my phone off and I clicked the app and it has me sign in and I couldn't remember my password, so then I had to make a new Twitter. So if you guys could follow me on Twitter, I'd very much appreciate it. And I started it up around 4-ish, and we're at 107 followers. So for you guys that have followed me, thank you. I very much appreciate it. And let's get back to 1,000, man. Let's get back. But as for the ladies' fatal 4-way, I mean, this was decent. All ladies got their spots in. Hikaru Shida won the match. I really don't want to go into detail about this. I thought this was a number one contender match that was gonna make Chris Statlander and Nyla Rose a triple threat. But I guess we're just getting Chris Statlander versus Nyla Rose, which, I mean, it could probably will be a good match. But I mean, I would have it be Big Swole. I would put Big Swole in there because, number one, what was the point of having Big Swole in the segment last week if she's just gonna show up just to show up and then take the pin tonight? And I don't really agree with Chris Statlander taking a loss right here this early. I know she lost to Riho, but that's in the past. That was with the Bullshit Collective, which is no more. But I don't really agree with Chris Statlander losing so early. And Nyla Rose is not losing the women's championship. She just won the title from Riho. So that's my thoughts on that. We get a video package from the Dark Order, and Evil Uno said that the Exalted One has requested that this Saturday at AEW Revolution, it'll be myself and Stu Grayson taking on SCU, and we're going to teach them a lesson, and Christopher Daniels will become obsolete. Ooh. It's a big tease from Evil Luna right there, saying the word obsolete. It's a big tease. We know it's coming. It's either going to be Matt Hardy or Brody Lee. And then they announced that next week, new signing, Lance Archer from New Japan Pro Wrestling will be at Dynamite next week in Denver, Colorado. That should be pretty sick. I can't wait to see that. I honestly thought this was one of the best things on the show. The interview with Jim Ross, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Adam Hangman Page. They talk about the tag team match Saturday and how they're all friends, and the Young Bucks are the best tag team in the world. And Kenny and Hangman have been on fire lately and been defeating tag teams in AEW, beat SCU, they beat Lucha Brothers last week, so. And then, Matt Jackson says that at the end of the match, no matter what happens, we're all going to shake hands and we're going to hug each other because we're brothers and we're the elite. And then Hangman stops Matt and says, "We're the elite, huh? I tried to get out of it months ago." And then Matt Jackson went on a rant, and Nick Jackson came in and he said, "You were a jobber in AEW. You were a jobber in Ring of Honor. We got you into the Bullet Club. We got you on being the elite. And now you're a star in AEW. You're one half of the tag team champions." And I mean, Kenny Omega is backing up the Young Bucks on this. So Hangman gets pissed off. He says, "I got an empty glass. I'm heading to the back." So he just leaves the interview. And Jim Ross closes the interview by saying, "Don't miss this tag team match Saturday night at AEW Revolution." So the heel turn's definitely coming. It's gonna be after that interview, the heel turn is basically confirmed. It's happening. Young Buck. This is a spoiler on Friday's video for the AEW Revolution predictions. The Young Bucks are winning the tag team champions. They're gonna hug Kenny and Hangman. Hangman is gonna back up, and he's gonna lose it. He's gonna attack the Young Bucks, and he's gonna take out Kenny Omega, and we're gonna get the Hangman Page heel turn. Finally, man, the weigh-in for Jon Moxley and Chris Jericho. Tony Schiavone announces 46 years, the baddest ring announcer in the game, Michael Gary Capata from WCW. Nice. Got some nice in-ring introductions there, introducing Jon Moxley and Chris Jericho. Jon Moxley weighs in on the scale. Oh no, he asks Chris Jericho to weigh in on the scale first, and he says, I'm Le Champion. In my world, the challenger should be going first. Seems like you're still having issues or something like that with WCW. He dropped WCW in it. The crowd oohed, and that was that. That was a cool moment, I guess. So then Jon Moxley weighs in. He weighs in at 234 pounds, and then Jericho weighs in. And I don't even know if Jericho gets on the scale, to be honest. I was kind of dazing off. What I was paying more attention to was the crowd. This is when the crowd was really loud in this. The crowd was doing the Kansas City Chiefs tomahawk for about 40 seconds. Chris Jericho interrupts and says, "Shut up, Patrick Mahomes is a piece of shit." So I chuckled. I laughed a little bit. And Jericho stepped on the scale. I think it was like 260 something. I'm not really sure. I could be wrong. But I mean, that wasn't really about that. It was the fight, the brawl. So they're just Jericho gets off the scale. He backs off a little bit. Moxley gives Jericho a headbutt right to the nose. The Inner Circle go after Jon Moxley, and Chris Jericho is busted wide open in the nose area. He's busted open. Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz, they all go after Jon Moxley, taking him out. Out comes Dustin Rhodes. Him and Jake Hager fight into the crowd. They fight into the crowd. They go backstage. They go into the concession stand area where nobody's there. There's a Budweiser concession and a Dippin' Dots concession. Do you remember the Dippin' Dots from Pittsburgh? I do. So, they fight. Hager gives Dustin a knee to the balls, throws Dustin onto the box of Dippin' Dots, and then throws Dustin into the wall. We go back to the ring. Moxley's getting taken out. Darby Allin comes sprinting out, attacks Ortiz, takes a big knee strike from Sammy Guevara, and Sammy Guevara smashes the skateboard over the back of Darby Allin. That's that. And then Jericho, Moxley, they get back up. They brawl with each other. Ortiz gives Moxley a low blow. Jericho gives Moxley a Judas effect. They both stand on top of the scale. And Chris Jericho delivers his own paradigm shift to Jon Moxley. Jericho busted up, holding up the AEW World Championship. And that's the way AEW Dynamite ends 3 days before Revolution. The hype is real for AEW Revolution. And like I said in the introduction, if you're not excited for Revolution on Saturday, I don't know why I keep saying Sunday. If you're not excited for Revolution on Saturday, there is seriously something wrong with you. I can't wait for Saturday night. It can't get here fast enough. And what an amazing show this was tonight, man. Thank you guys so much for watching my AEW Dynamite review tonight, right here on the Big Fight Field channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. We are not done yet for the week, not even close. Hopefully, I will be back here on the Big Fight Field channel tomorrow for your NXT review. I will let you guys know after school, depending upon how much homework I have. I hope schoolwork doesn't kick me in the ass tomorrow night, because I heard that NXT had some pretty good things. I heard that Austin Theory and Tommaso Ciampa tore the house down tonight, so I'm going to go watch that. Friday, you got AEW Revolution predictions. Saturday night, AEW Revolution review. Sunday, Super Showdown review. Stacked week right here on the Big Fight Field channel. Comment down below what you thought of tonight's AEW Dynamite episode from Kansas City. Like this video with a super kick. Share this video on Twitter with your friends. Follow me on Twitter, my new Twitter account, at Conlon_Joseph. Follow Eddie on Twitter, at Eddie Mullins515. And I'll see you guys hopefully right back here on the Big Fight Field channel tomorrow night for your NXT review. Have a good night, guys.